We now
have a generation that believes everything about colonization was wrong. It wasn't. There were some terrible things and there were some good things to come out of it. And that is about properly acknowledging your past.
Education.
Yes, completely.
Sanitation.
Transportation.
There was so much that we brought to communities.
As a matter of innovation and development.
Those countries did not have money. They did not have the creativity. They did not have people in positions of power
of course they
to
had
do this.
creativity
No,
in
they
those
didn't.
countries. They just didn't live like Britain did. It doesn't make it worse. It just makes it different.
So it's okay to live without education, and it's okay to live without a transportation system, is it?
Let's be honest about how religion was used to colonize. The missionaries came before the soldiers. Before the guns, there were Bibles. Before the chains, there were crosses. And before the colonizers claimed the lands, they claimed our souls. They preached salvation, but taught submission. They said, obey your masters. They said, suffer now, but your reward is in heaven. They made the oppressed feel guilty for wanting justice. They called our ancestors pagans. They called our practices witchcraft, our languages barbaric, our bodies sinful, and our cultures inferior. And then they said, you are nothing without our God.
Nobody in the world is defending religion except the people who have been, what that religion has hung on them. A lot of you young men and women who are super religious,
they use religion to break our identity, to rewrite history, to create obedience, not liberation. They gave us churches and then stole our gold. They baptized our children and renamed them. They taught us to hate our own skin, our own roots, and our own gods. And today, many still defend the very systems that enslaved them, still kneeling at the altars built by the oppressors, still quoting verses that they used to justify their ancestors' suffering. This isn't about hating anyone's faith, it's about telling the truth. Colonization was never just about land, it was always about the mind, mental domination, and religion was its sharpest weapon. Listen, to decolonize your mind is not to lose your faith. It is only to find truth again, but on your own terms.
Debt. That's the new chain around Africa's neck. No longer iron shackles, but interest rates. No longer slave ships, but IMF flights. Over 30 African countries are now in debt distress, trapped by Eurobond markets, colonial contracts, and Western financial schemes. The Berlin Conference of 1884 never ended. It just moved to Brussels and Washington. Gaddafi saw it early and clearly. He proposed an African monetary fund backed by our own wealth, not foreign loans. A system where African states could lend to one another with dignity. They murdered him before he could build it. Today, we pay that price with every loan condition that guts our public sector, every austerity measure that shuts our hospitals, every currency devaluation that crushes our farmers. Debt is never neutral. It's a weapon. It forces us to privatize our water, sell off our minerals, open our markets to foreign goods while our industries rot. It turns education and healthcare into luxuries. It enslaves the future. So what do? We stop begging. We audit every debt, cancel illegitimate ones, unite as a continent and declare a debt moratorium, create regional credit systems, invest in production, not consumption. This is a call for a jubilee, not just economic, but spiritual. Free Africa from debt servitude. Build an economy based on dignity, not desperation. As Gaddafi said, he who finances you controls you. Africa must finance itself or remain a client forever.